Golson was good. God damn. No, this shit getting dry. It's two people here right now. We don't get folks time to come up in here, but still. How we doing right now, though? What you said, Golson, the real supporter. What's good, Alec? Boy. I had to start hitting that community with it too. I've been forgetting to do that shit. Mm-mm. Well, we're gonna chop it up for a little minute though. We got three of these topics and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it maybe 3 to 4 more minutes. Probably not that much. 2 more minutes maybe to give folks time to come in here. But yeah, I know I released that recap hella late. But hey, like I said, life was life, and then on top of that, man, I just couldn't believe that shit is really over. But to go through what I'm talking about really quickly, we're gonna cover the top 5 greatest death scenes in Power hits in the Power universe. So basically, we'll be covering all of them combined, going through the 5 greatest death scenes, and then we'll talk about why Juke is gonna end up forgiving Kanan because, as we know, when I first was telling people that Jukebox would be the one to kill Rock and that Kanan would be the one to take out Marvin, everyone were telling me, no, there's no way because Juke ended up helping Kanan in the end, in Power. So now that we know that both of those did take place, something in the middle must have happened. The reason why Jukebox was still, willing to help him. So we're going to discuss that. And then lastly, we're going to talk Power Origins a little bit. So this topic here pretty much was inspired by Getting It How I Live's video. So basically, Getting It How I Live had a video where he was pretty much saying that Power Origins is going to be a series where they consistently move from time period to time period. So basically, as we know, you start off in the 2000s, then he think they could potentially jump to the 70s, judging by the end credit scene that we saw at the end of Raising Canaan, and then potentially back to the 2010s, 2010-ish era with Monet. I seeing the Tejadas come up, how they ended up coming up, and then you get 2000, and then what was the other one he said? The 80s, where you would get High Post, Ronnie, before he goes to jail and things like that. And then the other one he was saying was the Samson brothers with, the rise of the Samson brothers, which is, Diamond and Jannard. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And I'll pretty much discuss whether I might think it's some truth to it or not. But anyways, that's our three topics that we're going to be diving into on this live. And let's see what we got in the comment sections. Five is hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard. And to be honest with you, I'm actually doing this um off the dome, like off the top of my head. I haven't even constructed my own list yet. Like I got some scenes obviously that comes to mind when it comes to the greatest death scenes, but I haven't placed them in order, nor have I even came up with my five yet. So the way he described it is how it Welcome to Derry is doing. Each season of Welcome to Derry, they're going back every 27 years. Interesting. Yeah, I think I seen someone say that in the comment sections when I looked at it. It could be called, if they do it that way, Jukebox need a spinoff. Jukebox spinoff would be kind of interesting to see her journey as a cop and the things that she's into. I would, I could see that being very interesting. Anyways, though, top five greatest death scenes, people. Now we don't have that many people in here right now, unfortunately, but we're still gonna carry on. Hopefully, more people join in as we go. But so, does anybody want to go ahead and share, just off the top of your heads, your top greatest death scenes that you can remember in Power? Well, not Power, the Power universe. So we're talking the original, book two, three, and four. Also, let's if you're in here currently, go ahead and hit the like button to try to draw the traffic to get in here. But yeah, are the death scenes that's based off our own opinions or how good the writing was for the death? Your own opinion, or we could even do both. So I can just throw a few out there. I'm not gonna give an order just yet, but just off the top of my head, the greatest death scenes, in my opinion. Let's see. Um, I would say Kanan has got to be in it. Um, so we got Kanan. I don't know. I think Joe Proctor makes it for me. And I think that's all for the original Power so far. Then you go to book two. For me, Cooper Sacks makes it in. So that's three of them. Then if we go to book three, uh, maybe Rock slides in. I gotta see and enforce Diamond for sure. Oh shit, I am tripping. I didn't say Monet. I am tripping. My bad. Monet is number one, actually, in my opinion. That one is number one. And then Diamond probably would be number two, perhaps. So we got Monet, Diamond, Proctor, Kanan, and Cooper Sacks. I think that's my five. Holly was good too. Shout out to Grandman up in the building. M MD, you said Malcolm High. Hey, you see this shit? Hey, he might could slide up in there. I don't know though. The top five is tough. Snaps and Pop was good too though. I think what made Snaps and Pop shit be so good was that it was so satisfying. Like so many people wanted them motherfuckers dead. And I'm pretty sure if Takari was in here, he would campaign for Noma. Even though Noma's death scene wasn't that great, you were just so satisfied. You were just so happy that her ass was finally dead because of all the shit that she did. So Yeah, Dre. I don't know. For me, Dre was cool, but for me, he wouldn't make the top five. Julio, I thought about Julio. Thought about Julio. Julio's shit was cool. Julio went down swinging. He just was a little stupid. Like, you gonna do all that and then talking about some fuck yeah, you want a piece of me and just forget that the other nigga is behind you and he stabbed his ass in the leg. And then, of course, that's pretty much what led to his demise. The jukebox Johnny, I even thought about, you know. And then some people probably would say Raina because of her being probably the most innocent death of all of the deaths of Power. So Raina absolutely probably could just force her way in simply off that. Because we did the most. Matter of fact, let's switch let's switch it up a little bit. So top five greatest innocent deaths, the people that you feel like didn't deserve it. Oh shit, you ain't lying, D's. I forgot. JP shit was pretty good too. Cause you know I said he said and he said Kilo the man that Janard went ham in that bitch. I don't think hey, hold on. To think about it, bro. Has there ever been and now I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't think, and somebody please correct me if I am wrong, but I don't think it's ever been a time in power history that one character took out three leads. Well, not leads necessarily, but three principal characters at the same time. Like within less than a minute, three characters get killed. I'm trying to think, has that ever happened? I don't think it has. But somebody correct me if I am wrong. I haven't scanned through everything yet to think about it. But I'm almost certain that has never happened. Mm. Like, of course, we've seen randoms die, you know, back to back like that. But like leads, like were principal characters that you've been seeing a few episodes and stuff like that, and leads and big characters. I don't think that has happened. Yeah, I am gonna do one on these deaths. It might be that old lady that came and killed. Hey, ghosting. The Anya Jane was crazy too. Yeah, because she would go and Anya would go. Okay, so we did the top five deaths that's innocent that they 100% didn't deserve the deaths that happened to them. Anya would definitely be in that top 10. So I would say number one probably would be Raina because she was so young. She was literally a child and she got killed like that because of her trying to protect her brother. And I see Anya would be in there because she was pretty innocent. It just her mom was a fucked up person and she was green out there and got her ass popped. But at least she was an actual adult, a young adult, but an adult. And then let's see, Keisha probably would be in there because although Keisha knew about the game and she was in it somewhat, she never really, she's never killed anyone. She never did nothing bad to anyone. She just was caught up in the wrong shit. So she probably would fall into it as well. Let's see who else. Shit. Renee from book two. I mean from book three. And Leon from Forest. Now, if there's anybody else y'all thinking of, let me know. Yeah, John. I don't think that's ever happened, bro. Jannard said three principal characters in less than a minute. That nigga went hell that episode. Oh yeah, Zeke too. See, I'm not gonna mention the old lady up in there because the old lady was just a co-star. She was just a random. Well, I'm more so covering the people that we kind of grew to get to know them, and then they got killed from an innocent death. But Zeke, yeah, Zeke, absolutely, he didn't deserve his, and so I would probably take out Keisha because at least Keisha was somewhat in the game. So it would be Raina, Anya, Zeke. I guess you could say Renee, and who was the other one I said? Low key, you can say JP too because JP really didn't deserve that shit. He got. Yeah, that's Renee, grandma, the anger management lady. Oh shit, Crystal. How the fuck I forget Crystal? Shit, famous. Low key. Low key. I mean, famous did kill somebody though, so I guess maybe not, but damn. And Juke Mom. Yep. Kenya, Juke Mom. Damn, it's a lot of them. Especially in Raising Canaan. Raising Canaan got a free will. Motherfuckers ain't safe. Yeah, that's why I had to slick take out Fame. Fame Slick was in the game, so and he did kill somebody. It's fucked up what happened to him, but yeah. You say Angel. I can say a little bit for I can symphonize a little bit for Angel, but at the same time, obviously he didn't deserve it. But you are law enforcement, so you dealing with a dangerous job. And your mama and your superior, your supervisor told your ass to leave that shit alone. You was warned. Nicole, but Nicole wasn't killed though. So hers would kind of be a special case. Hers was just an accidental death. These other ones that we're talking about, they were killed by an individual. I thought about Angela, but the other people's death was that I named are a little bit, they're more innocent than Angela because Angela was dirty to a certain extent. She did kind of get her hands dirty trying to protect them. Most gruesome was Charlie Murphy and the coked out skillet cop. Yeah. Hold on, who's the coked out skillet cop? I'm tripping. Why they don't come to why they don't ring a bell to me right now? But Charlie Murphy for sure. Ghost beat the shit out that nigga. Oh shit, Felicia. Got you. Yeah, I'm tripping. Diana did beat the shit out there. All right, so now I'm gonna ask which death touched you the most? Like which death hurt the most? I think we kind of gonna know this lineup. For sure, I know two of them that better be in the top five. Well, three of them that's in the top five. Monet, yeah, Monet. Even though Monet, yeah, Monet was the saddest one. But it's like what Ronna was saying though. It's not so much that you know what Monet was doing herself. It's her being killed in front of her children. More so, Kane that really did it. Of course, Raina jumps in. Like, well, for me, this might sound a little harsh, but not really. Raina didn't really hurt to me. And the only reason why I say that is because, like I told people, it was spoiled for me. So, after the leak happened and I knew it was coming, when I actually watched it, it kind of stole it from me. The Costello family wasn't innocent, really. The motherfuckers was in the game. Did they deserve it from them? Not really. But and at the same time, you gotta think about it. They had to do that because if they didn't, they was gonna come after Drew. That's what they were planning on doing. It was only a matter of time. So they was like, we gotta get them other ass niggas first. So nah, I ain't had no problem with that. But I'm surprised ain't nobody said Marvin yet. That's what I was, or even Rock. Them the two that just freshly got their ass up out of here. I mean, obviously, Marvin and Rock were some murdering son of a bitches, but they were still loved. And on top of it is how they went out. Who they went out by. Marvin was anticipated, but people still was very much hurt by it happening. Shit, Rock was kind of too. Well, I guess Rock really wasn't because a lot of people felt like Rock was going to survive. But shit, a lot of people, to be honest though, a lot of people were saying that Marvin was going to survive. They were saying he was going to jail. Remember, they even went as far as saying, believing that dumbass rumor where people were saying Kanan said that he had an uncle that was doing life in prison, even though he never said that shit. But see, so let me ask this: who had the better death scene between Rock and Marvin, in your opinion? And it's crazy because I know we discussed that we didn't really like Marvin. A lot of people said they didn't like Marvin's death scene, but it was more so how it happened. They didn't like the three shots, and then they showing it in the three angles and stuff like that. But it seemed as if they put more emphasis on Marvin dying than they did Rock, because Rock, she just got killed like a regular person, kind of like they didn't add no special effects, no, special music or something in the background, none of that. I think the setup on Rock was off. She should have been smarter. Uh, I don't know. For me, I I know a lot of people were saying that she should have just left immediately after, taking out Pino and stuff like that, which I guess could be some truth to it. But I also understand why she didn't. She probably was thinking in her head, well, I'm safe now. You know, I got the target off my back. So I'm going to sleep in my own bed one last time and then hit the road. Not knowing that, especially her niece would end up killing her. She's like, there's no way she could have seen that coming. What got me is Kanan going in there and seeing his mom dead. Yeah, And he really didn't even have any emotions too much. He was like, "Damn, bro." It was more so like, "Damn, bro, she really did this shit." Because he was hoping when he came in that she was just lying, trying to fuck with him. But when he came in and saw that it was actually true, nigga was like, "God damn, this bitch really killed her." Uh, but yeah, for me, I'll say for me, a little bit it was Rock. Cause I didn't feel nothing really when Rock died. Me personally. I mean, because I already knew it was coming, especially yeah, I know I already suspected that Juke would kill her. But especially after she found out from Flossie that it was Kanan, I already knew. I said, yep. Well, now I went from maybe 60-40 to 100%. Juke is about to kill her. And so now Marvin, on the other hand, I knew Kanan was going to kill him too. But the difference is, Rock didn't really say anything when Juke killed her. Marvin had a nice monologue before Kanan killed him because he basically prophesied to that nigga that that shit gonna stick with you for a while. And I'm pretty sure when they show us origins, they're probably gonna tap into what Kanan was going through post the death of his uncle and of course his mom. He's probably gonna be having a lot of sleepless nights thinking about shit like that. And then, of course, he said, "You're going to die alone." And he did. So, that made it a little bit more touching. I don't care what nobody say, the Canaan one got me too. What you mean, the Canaan one? The irony is that they taught those kids to be like that, so the student became the teacher. Yep. Oh yeah, I can drop the link. My bad. I just didn't. I didn't think about it to do it. We doing this or what? The pastor's gonna be here in a minute. Yeah, he would act like a G. He was like, right, your England gonna do it or what? He basically was like, am I dying or not, England, nigga? And then that motherfucker, before he got to really go to talking shit, he said, man, I'm sick of all that shit you be talking. That would just kind of seem like Kanan said while he was shooting him. That ass whooping started being remembered in his head again. And he was like, hell no, get your ass up out of here. Um. Anyways, though, let's go. I'm gonna head on to the next one because I know this is something that people is curious of. What the hell? Hold on. And we're gonna talk about why Juke ended up forgiving Kanan because clearly something has happened in the middle of, let's see, where they raising Kanan ended in '93, and we know Origins begins in 2002. Well, we actually can scratch the years too, because although Origins is starting in 2002, Jukebox ended up helping Kanan in like 2016. So somewhere between '93 and 2016, probably, we're actually not 2016 because we know Kanan went to jail like in 2000, probably like 2004 ish. So yeah, 2004, 2005. So somewhere between, the 22 ish years, something happened that Kanan and Jukebox got back on at least speaking terms that they were good. So what could have happened that made her get over it enough to help him in his time of need? And also something must have happened for Kanan to end up whatever it is that he did to make them on good terms. Because I would suspect that Kanan would be the one that extended the olive branch. That's my opinion. As cold as Juke was, and the fact that Juke really didn't do nothing to Kanan, and he killed her father like that, it had to have been something Kanan did for them to get back good. So the question is, what is it and why? Juke and Kanan bread. What's good?
Yeah.
Juke
What's good, bro?
bread and cooked. That's why.
You know what I was gonna say to add to what you were saying about them mending their relationship. It could be them running into each other at the graveyard, bro.
Mm,
Cause you gotta
that's it.
think. Cause you gotta think. Like I would assume that if what he said in OG was him going to go visit a gravesite, I would
Mm,
assume he ran into her. You know what I'm saying? Because they all buried next to each other. So
right. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. But yeah,
yeah,
it could be a moment where they both go to visit their parents and stumble across each other.
yeah,
But and this is just my opinion. I think I could see that being the start of it,
yeah,
but I think Juke is gonna be more hurt and colder than Kanan because, like I just said, he did her wrong. She didn't really do him wrong. She returned the favor.
yeah.
So I would suspect Kanan would have to do something else in order for her to open up to him again.
Oh yeah,
So, in my opinion, I could maybe see because I actually got a new theory that I haven't made the video yet, but I'm gonna put it out maybe tonight or the day after, one of these days. It's so many little people in here, ugly ass niggas probably ain't even in here to steal it. But
mm,
um I think it's a possibility that because I think Juke gonna be wilding. She ain't done fucking with Kanan. Like she's still mad.
yeah.
So she could do some more stuff to jeopardize his businesses. And one of the things she could do is tell Breeze that that ain't his fault. That ain't that DefCon wasn't his fault.
Oh yeah.
Because she does know that.
And you gotta assume that Breeze is gonna figure out who took out Snaps and Pop. He ain't
You
gonna let
beat
that
me
shit
to it,
go.
brother. You beat me
Yeah.
to it. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah. He not gonna let that shit go.
He ain't gonna look at it differently. Like, oh, okay, so you killed my, and he might want blood because of that.
Yeah.
Now the question is, when does this take place? Because keep in mind, this is 93. Breeze dies, I would say probably 97. If I had to bet on the year, I would say 97. So we know that Ghost end up being the one that does it. Could it be a possibility that maybe um, Breeze finds out that it was Juke who killed his uncle and auntie close around that time? Because keep in
Yeah.
mind, Kanan's relationship and his relationship not gonna be as close no more because Juke done already told him that ain't your brother. So he may not look at the shit the same now. He might look at him as expendable, like Taz was. And he could end up thinking putting them in reckless moments, and then he could that could also be the reason he ended up liking Ghost more than he liked Kanan
Yeah.
because of those situations. And Kanan manipulates Ghost to kill him, but
Yeah.
Kanan could have an incentive to do so even more because Breeze is planning on killing Juke. And he'd be like, that's the last of family I got. I ain't gonna let him take her out. Just
Yeah.
like he saved Rock, he gonna try to save Juke. And he's gonna be successful at it. And once Juke finds out that Kanan did that to save her, their relationship can get back good. Then you fast forward back you fast forward on to, when Kanan actually killed her, she was talking all that shit up in that damn house.
Yeah.
He was like, he just snapped. He remembered all this shit she was talking when she killed his mama. And he just snapped and shot her ass.
Yeah.
So hey, that's my theory right now. Obviously, with when more information comes out, this may change, but right now, I think it's gonna be something like that.
That sound about right, bro. Cause they gotta put they gotta make it to where they start having tension with each other. They did it slightly this season when they were sitting at the dinner table or when they were sitting at that diner table,
Mm-hmm.
but they was talking about his mama and shit. But I don't know, like, yeah, that shit gonna be right though when they do it.
Juke is Kanan's biggest op. She knows him, and low key, she's scared of her. He's scared of her. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, bro. Even in OG power, this nigga Kanan seemed as fearless as you could see. But the only nigga you seen him somewhat shook about was Juke. Like, and obviously one of them is because he know that hey, that bitch killed my mama like it wasn't nothing. She didn't give a fuck. She probably gonna do some more shit that's gonna let him know, okay, she ain't to be fucked with at all. So the way Penn said in his interview, his new interview, everyone was lying, and you can't believe what they were saying about the Breeze kill. So since it was so many stories on the Breeze kill, they may rewrite it. Interesting. I gotta go check out that interview. Which interview is that? And Juke is Kanan biggest. Okay, I read that. Juke could get in his head and little boy him. Get in Kanan's head.
We're gonna find out Juke and Kanan conspired to kill Breeze and not. That'd be funny.
Well, I will say this. we know that the fans had their own perception of how they thought Breeze would be,
Yeah,
and what we actually saw was kind of way off from what we expected.
yeah,
So, and I'm not saying this necessarily was a bad thing, but he just wasn't what everybody was expecting him to be. So, with that being said, it could be that they change exactly. They could change how he died. I seriously doubt. My opinion. I doubt they change that Ghost killed them. They could change how he killed them and why, but
because guess what? I was thinking about something like, what if Jukebox is the reason Ghost finds out, or she manipulates Ghost in some kind of way where she tells him that they had something to do with his dad dying.
I can see her wanting. Yeah, if she finds out about that, because I mean, to a degree, if you think about it,
Yeah,
Breeze did tell Kanan that he got to take out his uncle. So if that information gets out, I can see Jukebox wanting him dead for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me try to get that down. 'Cause, yeah, I would love to see that interview. What you talking about? Might be some interesting information in there that I noticed something.
I think
PV.
I think he gonna be Breeze gonna be hella ugly in Origins, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling
he'll be able to say in origin for sure.
you. Yeah.
Cause I think right now he's cool, but some stuff gonna happen that
The
he
shit you
gonna
just
start.
mentioned, the jukebox shit, like, cause you gotta think we didn't grew to love jukebox character. But if he start
Mhm.
beefing with jukebox, we instantly gonna start hating this nigga. For real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, and he got to take out some people, some characters that we love, bro. He got to start doing some ugly ass shit to beat it. Cause I would assume they're probably gonna make him the villain in
Yeah.
order.
He gotta be.
So yeah, he gotta do some dirt that makes folks be like, yeah, his little leg gotta go.
They done made this nigga look like a anti-hero this season.
Yeah, low key, the
Yeah.
nigga, the nigga, you kind of like the nigga was respectful and shit, got
Yeah.
boundaries and shit like that. The fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I fucked with though how much of a family guy he was and shit.
Oh yeah.
Breeze really don't give me full villain yet. Yeah, right now he doesn't. He's not. He kind of isn't a villain at all. He just simply
Exactly. He
about
not.
business.
Yeah, he not a villain right now.
Because if you pay attention, he low key was on some Ronnie shit. Him and Ronnie kind of had some shit in common
What if
because
he? What if he? You see how we watched how he was stalking niggas and shit. What if he stalking jukebox and he find Aisha and he get Aisha out the way? That'll make that nigga be ugly as hell if he kill Aisha.
yeah, that's an innocent kill. That's how
Yeah.
you always transform them. Like if
Yep.
you're looking to make somebody a villain, make them take out a beloved character or ideally an innocent character.
Mm-hmm.
The fans gonna want you dead so badly after that.
Yep.
So yeah, it could be something like that. And they build on it. So when Ghost finally do get his ass up out of the way,
It was worth
people
it.
would be, people would be satisfied by it.
Yeah. Cause I don't think they kept Aisha alive for no reason, bro. I think they gonna use her.
Speaking of deaths and stuff, this is a little off topic. I was gonna talk about. I guess this should have went into the first segment, but let's talk about the ugly ass niggas that survived. That you mad as hell that they survived. And that's all the series. Like you really wanted their glad to die, but they ended up surviving. I know one of them, it's Raising Canaan. We know who number one on the list more than likely.
Stefano, bro.
I knew it.
Like, why is this old ass still? He even got stabbed and he's still alive, bro. Like a roach.
Yeah, Stefano as he's still stumbling across here. In the original Power, I don't think it's nobody in the original Power that's still alive that you wanted dead. Oh, yes, it is. Because a lot of people want Tasha dead, and she's still alive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Tasha haters out here.
Shit, I want Tariq gone. Be honest with you. We can't have big ghosts. We don't need to have little ghosts either, nigga. Shit.
Well, we know that ain't gonna happen for a long time. So if it even happens. Um, let's see. Anybody else is still around? Force got some because I know a lot of niggas wanted Jannard up out of here, but that nigga's still around. Even Vic. And I told people Vic was gonna survive, and niggas didn't believe it. Especially when Gary Lennon said that he was his favorite character. I was like, oh yeah, 100%.
I
That
think
nigga,
Showstopper. I think Shanti Showstopper was one for me.
you want her dead?
Well, or just going down in a fight or some shit. I don't know. Maybe she got
I
into a
didn't
gunfight or some shit.
I didn't want her dead, but I didn't give a damn if she did die. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could have touched the viewers for sure if, let's say, it was something like um
If
her,
Jannar would have killed her.
yeah, because they were lovers.
Yeah.
That would definitely been touching. If I didn't agree with you, it must have been early because I don't remember. I really don't remember. Force is kind of foggy to me now since it's been a little minute. But if I didn't, hey, shout out to you for getting that right. I know towards the end, I for sure like, yeah, that nigga ain't died. But yeah, I think that's about it of the motherfuckers that survived that we did want to survive. All right, so I'm gonna move this thing along. I ain't gonna be on here too. I got a basketball live right after this.
Oh shit.
Yep, gotta touch on that.
Uh oh. Gonna have
Yeah.
your boy YD in there going crazy tonight.
I'm gonna cook YD. Yeah, he come up in there. Hey, because I'm sure about to be on LeBron ass.
Yeah,
But
bro.
but yeah, so getting it how I live, like I said, I think he had a very interesting video.
Which one?
The one when he said when he was talking about um origins, the format, how each season.
Anthropology. Yeah, bro. That
Yeah,
was that was definitely an interesting video. I like that video.
yeah, I had to like and comment on it. I was like, yeah, I I didn't see that coming, but that would be very interesting if they decide to do that. But what I want to break down is whether or not I think that's a possibility. I think it is a possibility, but the likelihood of it, I don't know. Only because I think it's so much to cover that I'm not sure, even with 18 episodes, they'll be able to get all of it. Because I
Well,
think Ghost and Tommy got a lot of story that we know about that we haven't seen.
My only thing is when you bring these actors on and you signing them on, if you signing them on the contracts, well, how long is their contracts for? How long they, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm pretty sure that's information we wouldn't know, but I mean, I would assume that if you bringing these guys on to be the face, I don't know because it would seem like that would be like something that would be very cool and creative as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I don't see them bringing on these actors and being like, yeah, we just need y'all for 18 episodes, and after that, you know what I'm
It would
saying?
help. I
We'll
would
call
say
y'all
this:
back.
it'll help as far as the cost of it. You will
Yeah.
never have to worry about them going 4 seasons and then you have to pay them a lot more. You could avoid that. So that's one major bonus to doing it that way.
So then, what
But
about like the actors and the actresses in Raising Canaan that they might use, where they'll use AI and like make them look younger or some shit,
well, they're gonna use the same people and stuff like that. More than likely. And what do you mean make them look younger?
like the AI shit. Like well, you know how like Rock was looking young in that little snippet at the end.
Yeah, but if they transitioning from Raising Canaan to Origins, they won't have to look younger. If anything, they'll have to look older.
Well, they're going back to like 1975, and that's what I'm.
Well, not oh you're talking about okay. I
Yeah,
misunderstood.
yeah. My bad. I probably didn't explain that right, but like if they was gonna do that, they
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. They could do that, maybe.
yeah, but they
I
wouldn't
don't
have to
know.
pay them. They wouldn't have to pay them more money for nothing like that, though, would they?
So I believe how it works. Since it's a different show, they wouldn't have to, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
But I'll say this: back to Ghost and Tommy's story. So what I was told is that they're gonna have the first three covering young James, the next three covering young Tommy. So that's 6 episodes there. And then more than likely, if they're going to be covering them in their youthful days, because we did see a young Angela is going to be involved. So if young Angela is going to be involved, I guess it depends on at what age. Because I don't think Spence Moore and Charlie Mann can look any younger. Like I think even doing age 15 is pushing it.
Yeah, because
But
I ain't know that boy was 29 years old.
yeah, I did
I ain't know that shit. I just found that shit out.
because he was already grown in All American and All American. Um,
I forgot you did say you worked on that. So
All American was it first started in 2018.
yeah,
So shit, that's well, actually um yeah 2018. So 2018. So that's going on nine almost a decade ago. So he got to be like about 30.
yeah,
So for him to play a 15-year old would be pushing it. Not saying it's impossible, but that'll be a little challenging. I would say to go younger than 15 because Ghost and Tommy met when they were around 8, 9.
yeah,
So I would assume those little young actors that we seen at the end of Raising Canaan are going to play them in those younger ages. So if that's the case, are they gonna only use the people that they cast and showed us for what maybe 9 episodes and then that's it? That's kind of crazy. I mean, it could happen like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that is true though.
because I would say the main parts that the fans, and if somebody else want to add to this, y'all let me know. But I would say the main things that the fans would love to see cover, the biggest highlights, probably obviously Ghost and Tommy meeting, probably Ghost and Angela meeting, Ghost and Tasha meeting. Tommy's relationship with his mom has to be covered. Um, pro- they don't necessarily have to cover that situation where they said Kate told the story that Ghost beat up those boys that was picking on Tommy,
Yeah,
but that's something that comes to mind. And then you got the Julio part when Ghost saved him from the Totos Locos. You got the Trenton beef which I suspect might come from the situation with Unique returning. My opinion, that could end up happening.
yeah,
You got him sending, of course, Bree's death. Then you got Kanan being sent to jail. I just think it's a lot that has to be covered. Could it be done in 18 episodes? I'll say it's possible.
yeah. Because
But
you got to think like out of 18, like you just broke it down. Like them episodes where they're like doing character development and telling us about
yeah,
these
exactly. You wouldn't
kids
be
and
able to
shit.
do no character development at all if they did it like that. That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing that I'm saying, that the reason why I disagree that this is how they're gonna do that. There's no way we would be able to symphonize with any of the characters. Like soon as we get, let's say Roller show up, because keep in mind that's another major character that we would be interested in seeing.
yeah,
We wouldn't get to grow to love Roller at all because it should be over in a snap.
yeah,
Like you kind of do stuff like limited series type things like that when you're looking to just tell something short. But this is a long, massive story that we're dealing with. And then more than likely, them episodes gonna be like 50 minutes. So I doubt it. I don't think that's how they're doing it. But if they do, it would be interesting to see how they end up doing it.
yeah.
I think 50 working on the Harlem story. Alpo as Port, Rich Porter. I think he's trying to make that into a series.
That man got a hand in everything for real.
He really do. I hope the format is like Yellow Jackets with these flashbacks, 10 to 15 minutes present time, 10 to 15 minutes flashback time. And it just keeps switching back and forward between timelines. See, now that is how I think they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
And it's gonna continue like that. Because that would make sense of why they keep the same act, that they can actually use the actors and we can kind of, get that character development going on. And then also, I think the Breeze storyline would absolutely suck if they try to squeeze all that shit that I just got through talking about. If they try to squeeze all of that into one season, Breeze would be gone in a flip, like a snap. That nigga got to be gone in 1 or 2 episodes.
it's
And I
definitely gonna be about as fast as his shootout scene with Marvin.
right, exactly. So that's why I disagree with it. I think it's a very interesting theory that he came up with,
Yeah,
but I just think with all of that, there's no way make they can make that a successful story. So they're probably gonna, if they decide to do something with those other things that he mentioned, it's gonna be a separate storyline. Now I know a lot of people said that, which 50 said that Legacy would be the last Power story. Now I don't know if that's true or is it
he
not.
also said he also said he trying to run Origins for 5 years too. So
Yeah, I also heard that.
yeah, so I mean I don't know.
And back to because ugly ass niggas, I was catching a lot of heat for me just simply, you know, um entertaining the possibility of that 1970s spinoff. Hey, a bunch of little ugly ass hideous specimen was inside them comments talking shit, saying that ain't gonna happen and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, why are y'all so against that? Because like my thing is, I get it. I'm not saying that it's 100% confirmed, but the original Power, you know, had a end credit scenes. We ended up getting a spinout from it. The end of Ghost, same shit happened. We ended up getting, you know, a part of a spinoff that's coming because you know they ended up showing Tariq's moving to Chicago, which led to another spinoff.
Yeah,
And then the end of Force, they didn't have one, but we know that was the connector to Ghost. So all I'm saying is, whenever we got the end credit scene, it did lead to something else, a new one that's coming. So I don't think it's
well,
crazy.
what people do got to understand too though is that, man, they like, and y'all said it the other night, bro. They mentioned that nigga DefCon way too fucking
Way
much,
too
bro.
much.
Like that, you don't overly do no shit like that, nigga. They did that shit with Early Tyler, and then they gave us Early Tyler. So I don't
And
think
then,
they,
yeah, like you would think they would have still showed DEFCON at the end, but they didn't.
yeah, with the way that they talked about him and shit, but there's a lot of history there. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shit, like, yeah, say you don't want to see it because it's 1975. It might look old, whatever. But I mean, every story has its beginning, has its more so just looking at it like how tight knit they were as a family from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And to see where they are now, like it's a little crazy, but I mean, shit, who don't want to see how all that shit transpired though?
Yeah, that'll be how it all started, basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Because they call Snaps and Pop like the godfathers of that shit, godfather and godmother of it. So that would be how it all started.
Yeah.
We see the lad robbing banks and shit like that.
We gonna find out her and Unique had something going on like way before then, probably because that beef was just too deep. It was like, bro, y'all, y'all been beefing too much. But I guess it's because Unique was a top dog and she was out there doing her thing too. So
I would love to see why the hell Ronnie hated her ass so much.
it
We'll
gotta
get to
be,
see
it
that.
got because of DEF CON, bro.
I
It-
I think it is too. But see, the fact that we curious and asking questions about it, that means that it's interesting enough to for them to make a storyline of.
yeah,
Like they probably have started off in like maybe 1970, maybe 1970, 1971, whatever. And because like for the people that saying it look old and stuff like that, keep this in mind for those of y'all that have seen Godfather of Harlem. Godfather of Harlem is in the 60s,
yeah, exactly. Yep.
and that shit good as hell.
Hmm. Not gonna lie either, bro. If they did do that, we could see a young Stefano.
Yeah,
Watch would be funny as fuck.
see a
Still
young
got
girl
this
in
old,
him. Well, I
old
wouldn't say young, a younger version. You
younger.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he aged like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, that nigga already like what 70 there. So that
It,
nigga he'll be what 50 something,
it,
maybe 40 something if
he
they
gonna look
say
the same like shit. Look at all.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a young version of Ronnie? Right, that'd be some funny shit.
They gotta give his character mode. They gotta give his character more personality than that. Like they gotta make his shit seem like something happened to him. Cause he was acting like something happened to him.
He was, or saying maybe indicating that he had some kind of autism or something.
Yeah.
Did you see the video getting how I live about each book getting their own? Yeah, Shell, you came in late, but that's pretty much what we were covering. I was basically saying that I think it's a very interesting theory, and it'd be cool to be able to see all of the things that he mentioned, but the likelihood of it is slim because it's way too much to cover for them to cram all of it in one season. More notably, like I could see them cramming DEFCON storyline in one season, or the Sampson brothers, or Monet and all of them. But see, Ghost and Tommy and them, we know way too much about them that we would be interested in seeing. So I just think it'll have a hard time doing it. Like folks, I would say most of the fans would be disappointed if we had something like Breeze was only in it for a few episodes and he get killed. We would feel like they kind of robbed us of that character because we didn't get to really know him. Now, if they did it like he's there since for like maybe another 15 ish more episodes, I think that could be satisfying. Raising the Thomas would be good, but so who? And that's the thing, yeah, because Marvin has emphasized a lot that he raised Lulu and Rock himself.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, I guess, seeing how bad of a mom I guess Joyce was. Seeing, I think me personally, I think their dad was also pretty interesting. So, they touched on him and showed the depth of their dad. That'd be kind of something to see.
I'm just wondering when they made time to be parents while they was slinging work. They was some babies out there doing this. like, like y'all had babies like a motherfucker. Like, what was y'all? Who was watching these kids? Like, is
When
it
nobody watching it, yeah, that's the point.
Lulu looked like he was still a teenager, so
He
they
was,
did. Yeah.
because Rock had him at 16, was 17, and keep in mind she's 6 years older than Lou, so Lou had to be like 12 right there,
Mm,
maybe even fucking 11. Yeah, really 11, because she was like 17.
yeah. Okay.
That's true. That hey hey Ali, that's true. That nigga voice shouldn't have been the same because his voice was way too deep to be like a 11/12 year old. He actually looked older than 11 or 12 years old
he
to me too.
he, he kind of did though. I was like, damn, is that a 5 o'clock shadow on a 13-year-old?
Because like, keep in mind the young Tommy and James that they showed supposed to have been 12. Now they actually look like they were 12.
Yeah.
Does Lou look like that version of Lou look like he was the same age as them?
I don't know. In the '70s, it might have just been different, bro. Like how they like the teenagers back then just might have been growing up fast, man.
Hey, I'll say this though. I remember when I came back, like this is probably like I don't know, this is a good little minute ago, probably like 6 years ago, maybe. And I went back to Memphis, bro. I'm talking about it's young niggas so motherfucking tall and oh man, I'm talking about it's young niggas 14. Nigga, nigga was like 6'5", bro. I was like, God damn. And when I was in high school though, actually, it was a 14-year-old that was 6'9".
Damn.
He used to play ball with us for us and shit, but he was sorry as hell. We used to call his ass Sorry Sam. That was his name, Sam. But the nigga was tall as fuck. I'll never forget his first game. Nigga was got in the game, and I know you gotta be from Memphis to understand the teams, but we was playing Hamilton. And bruh, Hamilton, when he first got in the game, them niggas was scared as hell. He was tall as fuck. And that fool like, bro, that man big as hell, bro. And then we threw that nigga the ball, bro. He fumbled with the ball, couldn't do nothing, losing it. And then they were like, then that's when they figured it out quick. They're like, oh, he's slow, y'all. He's slow. Fuck that nigga. He was so funny. Nigga
Started
got his
dogging
food so quick, bro.
him. Started dogging nigga.
Nigga could barely dunk, bro. And he's 6'9". It was crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. Like I ran into a lot of that when I was younger, bro. When I was playing ball when I was in high school and shit. It was a lot of they ran a motherfucker look like they supposed to be playing D1 college ball, bro. It'd be like, damn, bro, you don't play for nobody? No, man. What y'all big ass niggas be doing on the regular, bro? Say, look at Monet. She had him bagging up to work. Crazy.
Damn, I accidentally kicked myself out again. But um, the craziest part, bro, is they say if you 6'7" or taller, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they said you got a 80% chance of making it to the NBA. That is crazy when you that damn sorry that you don't work hard enough to get in the NBA. So you think Lou looked like he was 12? I don't know. Lou man look like he was like I don't know. He may look like 14 to me, 14, 15. But yeah, like Tommy and Ghost, yeah, they look about their age. My nigga Ronnie gonna be wanting his work at a young age compared to Rock and Marvin. Also, maybe because he was so skinny. Okay, yeah, he did. He did look like the biker from Good Times. That's what I thought about instantly, actually. And then they so happened to be watching Good Times. That's the crazy part. I don't know what happened to Bucky's there. He fell off. Young, unique would be crazy to see. Yeah, But yeah, I got my next live in less than an hour. So we're gonna be wrapping this one up. Any last remarks? Yeah, the next one started at 9:30. So, but appreciate everybody. Had to stop through doing live. Been a little minute. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Hey, y'all fucking with Fightland that's up in here? Should we do some shit with Fightland tomorrow? Cause I ain't gonna lie, last episode that shit put me to sleep. Yeah, it ain't too strong right now, man. I'm trying to give 50 a chance. Gotta show us something, man. Cause this shit. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on this. I'm gonna hit. My next live start in what? Shit, 54 minutes.